But we're going to move right into the bans and picks for the last match of tonight. It will be Azubu TPA Assassins versus the Malaysia Eagles, and the first ban coming out is directly going to be Blitzcrank.
Right
so it is going to be
expecting Astarte as a player who can really pull off Blitzcrank Trash, banning it out. Will we see a ban on Trash as well? Not too sure. Just for you guys notices, Azubu TPA is on the blue team, and on the purple team we will have MLE. So TPA now just choosing which champion to ban out.
So will they go on for other Hulk champions? Because we have seen though, when Blitzcrank and Trash was banned, MLB did pick up Nautilus as a support, which was quite interesting to watch. But overall, it's going to be a targeted ban. In terms of overall, just a very hard champion to deal with. Jace with the poke, as well as the burst damage coming up, they removed it. And for the bans coming up on side of MLE, are champions that are hard to deal with, but also the mains coming up from Azubu TPA Assassins. And Nautilus is going to be removed from the list as well against MLE. So Hate played it up top, PF played it in the jungle, Astarte played it as a
and
support.
look at that, Nautilus being banned out on the side of TPA. That, as you said, MLE has played a lot of games with Nautilus. So just seeing based on that history, banning that out. Smart moves. MLE has not shown many other different plays, and that's why they're just trying to capitalize on the inexperience of MLE, trying to ban out champions they're comfortable with, trying to move them to this uncomfortable zone, and hopefully they'll just mess up from there. But MLE, Kha'Zix left open, immediately being picked up by MLE. I think Hate, was it Hate or used to be their mid laner, who actually sometimes play Kha'Zix occasionally.
No, I think that was a different person. Because this main 5, he hasn't played mid before.
Yes, I might have confused.
Might be confused with something else.
And Trundle being considered, will they pick that out as their jungler? We'll have just to wait and see. Not really familiar with this new lineup of MLE. They did a big reshuffle towards the end of the spring season. So this team, example, it's not really something we normally see on a daily basis. I think the new members are Chuck and PF.
Well, actually, the whole team is new. In a sense, but there are 2 old members from MLE. Why do you keep forgetting this?
Astarte,
right? Astarte were in the previous MLE since during last year's Garena Premier League, and they were playing. Everyone was actually a top laner. Now it's the AD carry, and Astarte has always been was a mid laner and then changed to support. So this is going to be exciting in terms from there. But the matchup, we will see Zac and Kha'Zix being picked up. So Zac, now not in the bans, I will have to say for the first 2 matches he was banned out and on the jungle, depending on how they want to play it out. And for the side of Azubu TPA, we'll see Jarvan being locked in. Most probably going to go to Little Boss. But I would have to say Toys plays a great Jarvan. We've seen in a few games, as well as Stanley's Jarvan. It just smashes through the opponents very easily.
Yeah, completely not talked about Trash as the first pick on the side of TPA. If that death sentence lands, TPA has been showing really great team fights. They're going to capitalize on it right away. So Trash being a very scary pick right off the bat. Twitch is going to be the AD carry. A Twitch Trash combo. We have seen it work earlier today. Definitely a lot of damage coming out on the side of Twitch. Just stacking up stacking up those poison stacks until he just casts that expunge. Does a lot of damage in a single burst.
Yes. So Azubu Toys though, sorry, not Toys, BB, sorry. It's AD carry because Toys picked it, so I just mix it up slightly from there. But I have to say, BB has been playing a lot of Twitch so far, and the Twitch and Trash combo, I would say, would be an Azubu TPA favorite so far. In terms of lineups, in terms of steady games, you always see the repeat of Trash and Twitch if possible, and has been played quite well. So once again, Trash is the savior for AD carries with bad escape skills. I mean, Twitch does have the capability to go invisible, to go and try and ambush someone. Sometimes it's just not long enough. Look at that. And the dark passage will save him up.
Janna and Graves. What do you think about that combo?
To get more interesting, we see Soda and Soraka. Sorry, but I know you're asking about the combination of Janna and Graves, but more interestingly, we have Janna and Soraka.
Well, Soraka can actually play mid lane quite well. It's going to be a sustained kind of caster. And so longer she stays in there, the more menacing she will be.
So it's going to be Sona top. No, we will see a change. It's going to be Zed locked in. So I believe Zed will be for Toys in the mid. And here we will see Cannon being decided. And it is going to be Cannon. So we will have the 2 ninjas once again being chosen. We did see in the previous game that BKT did pick these 2 up. It worked quite well. not so well. The combo was good, but the damage early game wasn't so
It was
strong.
just the raw strength for Colorful Hunters. That goal
Yes.
difference just making that damage coming up from Zed kind of obsolete. Zed fell behind, did not do enough damage to maintain his threat levels. Cannon did a good job. He did really good slicing maelstroms. He did that. He did use Zonias at the right time, but unfortunately, Colorful Hunters just had the raw strength to just overturn that thing.
Yes. So this is going to be the last pick, though. Most probably would be the mid lane. I wouldn't think they want to put Kha'Zix against Zed. I mean, both will have the potential to burst one another off, whether we just level 6 first or be able to deal enough damage. So it's a risk. You won't want to see it happen. So it's going to be a switch round. Yes, we might see.
Wow.
Is it going to be it? This the last second, and it's going to be locked in. So it is going to be
The
Syndra.
final pick will be Syndra in the mid lane. Kha'Zix will go top. I'm not sure if Syndra will actually go to the top lane, giving Kha'Zix the mid lane, but we'll see how that goes as well. TPA having trash, they probably will initiate a counter invade at right off the bat, and it's been something they have been really famous for. Just coming in at level 1, catching MLE off guard.
Yes.
Which, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen.
And you were mentioning about Graves and Janna combination. I believe it's going to be quite great because Janna does have Eye of the Storm, which provides a shield as well as an additional AD as well as the shield stayed on. So it does give the buff and burst of damage from Buckshot and auto attacks coming from VYY, depending on how they're going to be able to use it, because Twitch is quite the squishy AD carry in comparison to Graves. Graves is one of the more tanky AD carries with his passive True Grit, stacking up armor magic resist as long as it remains in battle and stacks up to 10 times. So this is going to be an interesting game. Great CC coming up from both teams. We have Cannon up top and PF on Zac in the jungle, both with great crowd controls, ultimates, as well as a disengage coming from Janna, going to be able to push Stanley away unless he's Zonia's in time. So this is going to be a great fight. So before we move on to more things, I believe we're going to move into commercial break.
Yeah,
I think
commercial break.
Yes.
And after that, we will look into one of the champions' runes and masteries. So
Alright, let's go.
Go where? I can't see.
So here going to look at the runes and masteries for the side of Azubu TPA Stanley, because some people did request to see it from Twitch chat. So this is actually a common rune set I've seen Stanley use for his Jax and Akali as well. So it goes for physical damage in terms of marks and quintessence. So we're going to go for great harass from auto attacks as well as for farming. Harassment. So for the side of the seals, it's going to be flat armor just to negate some damage and tankiness, which most top laners will take. But for the side of the glyphs, instead of going for the flat magic resist or the magic resist per level, it's going to be ability power per level. So Stanley really loves going for these power plays in terms of the runes. And so far, when I see him using on Jax in the beginning of the season this year and on Akali, it was quite great. Like he had a sudden amount of burst damage once you reach at a certain point in level 6, especially on level 5, and it just pushes people away. It's hard to guard against because it's a mix of AD and ability power.
yeah, it's not only does it give a very good early game feel to your champion, it does give all these kind of solid stats. Look at that, HP being taken up, armor, flat damage, and flat AP. All of those actually just give a lot of the kind of that early game hard stats.
Yes.
As we have mentioned earlier, of course. And as the game starts, what are your expectations?
Yes, but before that, we're looking at the masteries. It is a 21-9 for the side of Stanley, so we will see 21 points in offensive tree. So he's not going to pick up the armor penetration. He does go for the arcane knowledge for the additional magic penetration and also taking up 2 points in brute force, but also stacking up the 3 points into mental force. Not taking the full archmage for the boost of ability power by percentage, but just going to go for more early game damage from this AD as well as AP stack up in this area, and he's going for the basic defense, 9 points. He's going to go against Kha'Zix, so he doesn't need the extra armor to survive instead of the magic resist, so this is going to work out fine for him.
Yep, definitely that spell slot pickup is something that most hybrids pick up quite standard. Akali will pick it up, Jax will pick it up for sure, and Cannon will also pick it up, so definitely great pickup, that good choices in terms of runes and masteries, really showing this understanding of the champion.
Yes. And so someone asked, Jax with AP per level, so well, Jax is a champion that skills with AP as well. Like his, if I'm not wrong, his Empower, Deep Strike, as well as Ultimate, all skill of AP, ability power. And even though the ratio is low, but just sometimes that 1 or 2 points of damage, once you trade onto it, once you use it, is just enough, and enough burst damage needed to take someone down.
Cooldown is low, not only that, the ultimate damage comes every third hit, which is something Jax will actually stack up during a fight.
Yes.
He's bound to do a lot of damage, a lot of hits, basic attacks onto the enemy champions during a fight, and that ability power will help a lot.
And so here we go, as we're moving into the game, overall lineup, both teams seems very solid. I would have to say Syndra is a counter to Zed in terms of they will go all out on one another. We will see the stun coming up for Syndra. If it does not hit, then we will see the ultis being traded off. Zed will charge in with the ultimate, and if it goes on to Syndra, Syndra will just react with the ultimate later on when Zed comes back into physical form after using the death mark. So for the side of the bottom lane, we will see, I suppose, a more tanky AD against the squishy AD, but overall damage output though, Twitch is much stronger if you can land multiple auto attacks. As we mentioned, stacking the poison stacks, which is the most important thing, and then going to be able to secure a lot of kills.
Yeah, but once Graves hits level 6, he will have the nukes coming up from him, making him very, very scary. But Janna does not have a kind of aggressive ultimate, therefore Graves will find it a little bit harder to actually confirm a kill. If it's Sona, it's going to be quite easy to Sando into a quick draw, buckshot, collateral damage will most probably melt any squishy carries. But at this point of time, it's gonna be a Janna. He will have that extra damage coming up from the shield if it pulls up. And right now, as TPA, as we have expected, will go for that invade. Very famous for it when they play Trash. And look at this, Kha'Zix just trying to test the waters. They have a ward going up there.
They will run into Kha'Zix here, but Kha'Zix will be able to spot him up. I believe they spotted one another, they did, but TPA is still going on to it. They're just going to continue planting the wards, I believe, or try to catch people off guard still. Because they did not manage to plant the ward for the side of MLE. They did plant the ward in this rush area, so they will be able to spot out how Azubu TPA is moving, and they can, as you can see, they're moving out of the jungle. And MLE though is in the position to counter the raid. We will see the pings going on and off. They're gonna hide in this side brush where the ref cam is for the blue side. Will they be able to catch them out? But no, Trash lands the hook first, landing onto PF and forcing MLE to back off instantly. So TPA did not follow up with anything. You know, if Trash did a misclick and actually charged back in, that would have been devastating. You know, I mean, normally you wouldn't see that happen, but you know, if the mistake does happen, it's like going to be so devastating for the beginning of Azubu TPA.
Yeah, it's possible. He will be forced to burn a flash at the very least. So
yes.
As it is, things are just gonna standardize out. Zed taking that early wolves off the jungle, that's fine. Jarvan doesn't really need it. He's gonna go to the red buff right away. Even Twitch and Trash quickly taking the golems as well. Howling Gale just going in just to disrupt, cause a little bit of attention on TPA, but that's not too bad. Jarvan's just gonna take this, no problem. It's gonna go back to a very standard game, no lane swaps going on.
Yes. But the Howling Gale though did do a chunk of damage onto Dinter, so Dinter is going to go back to lane with a much lower health, but with the health points they have used, it's going to be just fine. So both teams tried to go for invade, but managed to spot one another out with the wards, as well as how they're moving about and understanding of how both teams should move. So here, at the early stage, we just had to see which team snowballs better. Either you let Kha'Zix snowball or the toy snowball, and here we can see Hate actually going in for the hurt, going to play very aggressive forcing Stanley to take a lightning rush first just to make sure it doesn't take too much of a chunk of the damage. And the red pot being used instantly by Hate. And here in the mid lane we will see Chop being forced back as Jarvan went on to try and steal the red buff. But the ward did manage to spot him out.
Yeah, and looking at what Stanley's AD damage have right off the bat, it's at 76. On par with most ADs, you see. 79 attack damage right now with that 14 AP. He's that early game advantage that Hate is just holding on because of the Elixir of Fortitude that he brought. And at the bottom lane, this thing's going very, very passively. Dinter trying to pull down hooks, but with that pink ward in that brush, it's going to be hard for Trash to actually land at left center.
And here we can see them going charging onto Stanley, forcing Stanley to flash away, while for Zac, the greatness is that you can slingshot, you're going to bounce around, fling yourself forward, you can go for a very long range gang, and each level you gain for the slingshot, it does increase the range of how far you can go, and that was a great engage coming out from South MLE, burning Stanley's flash, but it will force Stanley to move back into the base to procure some items, but he's going to be safe because the ward being picked up as the boots, he's going to be able to move around much faster.
Yeah, and someone asked on the chat if Jace can actually play as a bottom AD. He does have the kit, it's just that it's going to lack the poke. Playing as bottom lane denies you a little bit of the XP that you will get from a solo lane, and Jace wants to max that shot plus ASAP.
I mean, you can't exactly deny the fact that a lot of teams actually tried Jace as AD before. TPA has done it before, I believe, in beginning of Season 3 or end of Season 2. And for the side of the Korean teams, we have seen a AD Jace before, but he's not so common anymore, just as why it's been mentioned. But here we will see a gang go on, not a gang, but a fight move on to the bottom. We will see all the dodging going out, the flash being used, the expansion will not be enough. The barrier, will it be enough to keep your opponent alive? Yes, it will be. The poison stacks just went off as soon as the barrier went off, so it wasn't enough. But we will see exhaust, flash, and barrier being used for the side of MLE. But for TPA, they did burn an ignite and a flash to try and secure the kill. So nothing that great, nothing that much.
But the reward for that is actually the entire creep wave untouched. If we look at the CS difference right now, Twitch is at 27 CS, Graves is at 17. A very early lead for Twitch in terms of CS, very important. And look at this, PF forced to flash across the crevasse over there, just meeting Jarvan at a very inconvenient time.
It's because he did go slingshot himself down to the ward. The slingshot cooldown for level 1 is very long, so he was forced to flash away to avoid getting pincered by Dinter, BB, and Little Boss. So good stuff going on. A lot of flashes burned so far in the early stages, so an interesting match so far.
Yeah, and look at that. Stanley, even though he got ganked, he is holding the lane pretty well. He's actually putting the pressure onto Kha'Zix in terms of CS there, but he needs to be careful. Hate that is. Little balls and toys just staying right next to each other, and they are going in.
The stun goes off, and here we will... they missed the shuriken, but yes, in the end, with the additional attack that happened off, they will secure the kill up top for the first blood, and most probably it's going to transition to a tower as well.
Hate has no idea what actually hit him. He did not have vision of both moment. Set it up for Jarvan to actually knock it up. Sure, the shurikens missed, but the damage was more than enough to take him down with 3 men diving that tower. And PF just alleviating the pressure from the top lane, keeping the tower alive. That crucial early goal, you do not want TPA to get that.
If the field hit earlier, I believe BYY would have been bursted down by the combination, and the death center missed as well. Not sure it was because of the knock-up, because it did seem to go a bit crooked after that, or could be just the animation of how it appeared.
But once again, BYY is forced back just from the sheer pressure from the damage coming out from Twitch. That early game damage, as we have spoken, the X-Punch.
Yes, like the Twitch as well as the trash combination. We do see the death sentence is a threat. The field pulling people back. You can go aggressive because the Dark Passage will save you if you go a bit too far. It's working so well for the combination play of Azubu TPA assassins, and it has been their favorite combination so far. See, they've used it quite a bit, quite a few times, and they're sticking quite well with it. So I'm wondering what item would BB buy though. There was once he did buy Spirit of the Elder Lizard on the side of Twitch, and it did work out quite well because as the poison stacks goes on, you actually refresh the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, and then the damage will just keep on refreshing and stacking upon, and it does a lot of damage over time, which can secure a lot of kills at the last hit or after barrier finishes.
Yeah, and look at BYY pressure to stay in the lane. He's lucky to have the buckshot with the shield of Janna, able to just clear creeps off. But in terms of CS, he is behind by 17. That's because he's forced back twice. And Twitch had that free field day to just finish it off, just walk forward, clear the way, push it to the tower, and reset it.
Yes, and also something to note is that this is actually quite interesting. A fight going on around the map. A lot of aggression coming out from both teams, and they're not seeing the fall behind. We will see a two-man gang coming from the brush area, but no, Chong is going to return actually PF with the ultimate. And the last bound actually missed. Oh, I'm not sure why they went for it, but here we is being brought right. The stun from Chong missed as well, but the Howling Gale will miss. Will just clear the minion waves. They're going to try to push the tower, but nope, Cho is going to go back. And a lot of time wasted, nothing in, and they're still actually going to go for it. They want to make sure they try and get something back, but the spray and pray from BB forces them to back off. As soon as they reach level 6, clear the minion wave, force everyone away, and protect the tower.
Yeah, we see every other lane right now just suffering on the side of MLE because of that 4-man gang in the bottom lane. It just negates the threat of the possibility of them coming to their lanes. They know they'll be safe in their lanes. Look at Zed, just heavily pushing that tower. He might be actually be able to take this one before Syndra actually gets back in the lane. Jarvan just going up lane, putting pressure onto Hate. The top lane tower is also very, very low. You can see Hate is just struggling to keep it up. Sandy, being the range champion that he is, will be able to just throw shurikens in, dealing damage to that tower non-stop.
Yes. Especially after landing the stun, you have a chance to land another free auto attack or a spell. It's working so well for the side of Stanley. And even though he is going for more magic penetration, he does have a 2-to-1 blaze to help the damage. Look at the flash going in for VYY. VYY almost has a splash up and ready. The barrier is being used, but it will not be enough. I believe the expansion in the end, and the last auto attack was to kill the kill. Now they move on to Janna, but the death sentence missed, if I'm not wrong.
I think the death sentence hit onto Graves and he was on cooldown, so he will not use it. He did not use it on Janna.
I thought I saw it. He did reuse it. Oh.
No, he flashed forward, flayed Graves backwards, and as Graves was trying to escape, he death sentenced him.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think I saw it wrongly. So here we will see the little boss, as he was farming the mid lane, is going to be forced back by Chalk, but the bottom tower will be taken. If that's the hits onto Janna, we might see another kill go off. The Eye of Storm is being used. Dinta is tanking the tower hits, and yes, they will secure the kill, and with a pull of the Dark Passage, get out of tower range, secure the kill, take the tower, and they might take Dragon as well. We see the pings coming out from the side of Azubu TPA assassins, and this just might be it.
It is usually how TPA actually starts the game. They will snowball it. Sometimes they'll lose the early game, but they'll make it up in the mid game. But if they win the early game, it's usually a snowball. Yeah, yes. So what we see right now is a beginning of a potential snowball. The first dragon will fall. The goal difference is now at 3,000 with the dragon going down. This will extend even further. It's going to be a 4K right off the bat at 11 minutes. But I think in terms of lanes, if you're going to see them individually, Zed's winning that with that extra kill, with that extra CS. Twitch is winning in the bottom lane as well, and top lane is winning as well. So every lane is actually showing a lot of promise for the side of TPA, and they probably will snowball this like they normally do.
So here we will see those Stanley just slowly securing the CS lead as well as overall pressure coming up. Like Hit does not dare dive right onto Stanley unless he can chunk him down low enough, and here you might see a potential gang, but look at the stun. Even you enter the brush, Cannon will still be able to spot you up. He's just falling back, waiting for me to come, but this might lead to a potential gang coming from PF with the slingshot, and let's bounce. Let's see whether they can be able to secure it, because Stanley still has his slicing millstorm as well as flash. Everything is up and ready. Will they be able to kill this Yoda? And there goes the slingshot coming up. Stanley says something's wrong. He will be able to kill onto PF, and he look at that instant response to the slicing millstorm. The stun goes on, the flash is used, but they might just enough damage. Oh, he misses that shuriken, unable to take down PF from there.
But even if PF gone down, he will have to sell division. But he was under tower range. He will need Hate to tank up the damage at the very last moment if he was to survive. But other than that aside, MLE did pull off a great gang at the top lane. Stanley being taken down. Yeah, he missed the shuriken, but even if it did hit, it will not be a kill.
Oh, we might see Hate move on to Toys. Toys is just waiting for his cooldowns or enough damage before moving on. We can see Toys actually going to be very aggressive because Little Boss is coming from the side. The knockout combo is going to miss. The ultimate Death Mark goes in, and the burst damage from Toys should be enough to bring him down. Yes, it is. And with the Living Shadow, he might be able to get on the same. The slingshot's coming from PF. PF will jump into the brush, miss, and here Little Boss might be able to secure the kill. His cooldowns on his skills are up and ready. Oh, a side step from PF. He will dodge And here you will see a fight go on between junglers, and Little Boss is going to be able to force the flash away. And here's the ultimate and the ignite with the knockbacks and stuns will be a.
It's a 1-for-1 trade. Cannon, he must be missing a lot of action. As soon as he died, the action all started. And now he's back in the lane. But that's really great for him. He does not have a lane. Kha'Zix is just moving back into the lane. But that aside, the goal lead is still 4.5k in difference. MLE did close the gap a little bit. That's a great sign. You cannot let it get out of hand when the gap is increasingly increasing. I know that's a little bit of a play of words right there, but that increasingly increasing, that is bad for MLE.
Yes, and one thing though, as TPA, even though they don't snowball sometimes in the early game, but they always maintain a high CS rate. They make sure they're able to secure as much CS as possible, even though they do secure kills most of the time, or sometimes they don't. But overall, the whole team maintains a high CS or fast CS among their counterparts. So like we can see top lane, mid lane, even the AD carry, jungle lose out slightly because the boss mostly goes in for a lot of games. But here you might see Astarte going to be burst out. He is at level 6 and the box is being used, but the expunge in the end will be enough plus Ignite to secure the kill on to Astarte. Here you see Little Boss actually waiting on the side, and here you see, oh wow, the fair knockback actually knocks the slingshot away. Next bounce goes in, but PF will be forced to fall back. Let's Pray and Spray is being used, expunge used as well. Look at how fast they clear the minion wave and chunk down at PF. PF is forced to fall back.
Second tower will fall on the side of MLE. TPA will pick that up, no problem. Dinter being a very sneaky little basket, staying at the side there, and Jenna had no idea. Immediately at the death sentence hook, get in. Dinter got in there, immediately put the box. Even with the monsoon, it was not enough.
Yes. But the highlight though was actually the wall being planted at this area over here, and then we did see the slingshot. So he could spot the slingshot coming from PF, and instantly as he was about to land, we saw the flay. He pushed back the bouncy ball, and then he couldn't land the slingshot, which is quite rare to see though. I mean, I've seen it happen a few times, but he was like well timed. He knocked PF back. The stun didn't happen. You could straight away use the let's bounce. So like this, normally you want to hit the stun first, so you lock people at the same spot when you use the let's bounce. So you go so far and land a chunk of damage, but they managed to negate some of the damage with that and then turn it over in their favor. Here we will see Kha'Zix go on, Living Shadow being used, but Hate spots it out, and look at that, PF coming to save Hate, and they will choose the fallback for a side of Azubu TPA, but 4 members is being pulled up there. BB is free to farm at the bottom lane. He's pushing the lane alone, and with the ward coverage, he is going to be safe and sound. Push alone. Anything he'll just envy, walk away, be the smooth and slick rat he is, and just take CS, run away.
Yes.
As the sewer rat he is.
And going on to the Twitch chat right now, we can see that someone commenting on how Twitch is actually going for an attack speed. This is what normally Twitch will do. He does stack up a lot of damage from his expunge, from his poison stacks, and this is why it's a really good item pickup to actually get the Blade of the Rune King at the start.
Yes. So you spray and pray with the attack speed and the great damage coming out, hitting the entire team opponents, and then with the expunge. The expunge from Twitch is the most important thing, which does the most damage during the early to mid game, which helps Twitch secure the kills.
During the late game, he will grab an Infinity's Edge, and what we usually see Twitch
Oh,
does.
and here Toy is actually going to go on to Hate, secure the kill very easy, using a great combo of his ultimate, and then using Living Shadow to catch up with onto Kha'Zix, even though he did leap away, but the range was too far, and the slow that came out from him was enough.
This is what you can do as Zed. As you can see, he actually grabbed the boots of mobility because he knows how Zed actually operates. He snowballs, and from there he's able to just nuke down many champions, especially if you're squishy. Kha'Zix isn't exactly tanky. If he can do it to Grace, he can do it to Kha'Zix, he can do it to Syndra, he can do it to Janna. The only person that he's probably going to find a little bit of trouble doing it against will be Zed. But Zed is a jungler, and he's not as tanky as a laner would normally be. And the second dragon will fall to the hands of TPA, extending that goal lead. The goal lead is now solidly in the favor of TPA. TPA is probably just going to snowball this entire sushi roll and bring it home.
Sushi roll. And here we will see BB going to spot on the VY. Great man mode uses Blade of the Rune King, and look at that. It's going to be able to force 2 members from the side of MLE away because backup was just there, and so much pressure coming off from the side of MLE. Come and farm safely in the jungle.
Yeah, they couldn't really even farm safely under the turret. That's how bad it actually was. We can see Graves, he's not daring to go out because he can't. The moment he make a mistake, he's dead. He's gonna be insta-gib.
And here we can see from the goal difference coming from objectives as well as the kills. We can see at the top lane we will have Cannon at 5.8k, Hate at 4.7, and then for the jungle side, once again because of objectives and then CS catching up, we will have Little Boss almost on 5k while Zack is only at 3.6. And for the mid lane, 7.5 to 4.8 because of the kills and assists coming up, going on alone. And here we will have Twitch at the bottom with the kills, and look at that, going to flash in to try and secure the kill onto Janna, but no, he's going to sidestep, dodge the slingshot, might be able to secure the kill, but nope, he will be chunked down with the Let's Bounce as well as the collateral damage coming out from VYY. That is BB being too going in like a boss. He did secure the kill though,
Slightly
but it was
play on the side of Bebe.
Yes.
He's just trying to prove a point. You can do a lot of damage with Twitch over a short time. You see the stack with Ignite actually bringing down Janna as he's trying to get away.
he didn't have Ignite actually.
No Ignite?
Yes, Ignite is with Dinter, so it was just auto attacks all the way with the poison and expand, just chunking down Janna. And Janna, well, sadly, is not one of the more tanky champions, even though she does have a weak side stone, the extra boost of health, but the damage coming from Twitch is not to be trifled with. And we will see the Infinity Age being built up from the side of Twitch, most probably as the next item. Once you go for the Blade of the Rune King, the next best item to get is Infinity Age to boost your overall damage output. Since you have the attack speed, you have the sustain, and good sort of head mobility as well.
Yeah,
It's a mix
just
of
an
everything.
item that will scale well into the late game, seeing that your the early to mid game has already been covered by that core item within the Rune King. It's now moving into more of the mid game, and the IE is actually an excellent pickup. On the side, actually, if you're going to look at just items alone, Zed is really equipped. Look at his CS, 201, vastly superior over everyone else. He has 2 kills as well. With his items, he may be able to just get in, instantly kill someone, and just get out.
And he also built Brutalizer and Spirit of the Elder Lizard, so he's going to have the extra 10% cooldown reduction, so total take up to 20, and then with the 4% from the, I think it was 3 or 4% from the mastery, is almost they're half done, and just so hard to deal with. With the cooldown reductions, his ulti is going to come out much more quicker, Living Shadow is going to come out much quicker, he has a boost of mobility as well, it's going to traverse through the map very quickly.
Yeah, a quick check on his cooldown revealed that his cooldown on Shadow Slash is actually 2.4 seconds. His cooldown on his shurikens is actually only 3.6 seconds. He can cast that many times in the fight, and that's what Zed does if after doing his initial combo of nuking with his ultimate. That's what he does. And everyone just trying to get into the lantern. Zed got into it last, but he has that Living Shadow, so it's not too bad for him. It's gonna go for that early Baron, and nothing much MLE can do. Look at it, by the time they reach the scene, it's already over. And this is dangerous for them. They need to back off. They cannot lose any members, or this might actually translate into a broken inhibitor right off the bat.
But even without, if they don't catch anyone off, it's going to be harder for Azubu TPA assassins to just push in because of Kha'Zix's Void Spikes and the Howling Gale coming out from Astarte. They still have the potential to burst down players on the side of Azubu TPA, because Zed is squishy, Twitch is squishy, and Cannon, even though with the Zonya, is actually still quite a squishy champion overall.
Yeah, but look at the goal difference. They probably make up for it with just raw strength, 13k in goal, but how much is actually sitting on them? Almost every other champion on the side of TPA have actually 1k or more sitting on slight goal lead.
Wow, Toys is going to charge in, but he moves out as soon as Hate flashes away, clicks on the Dark Passage to get into a safer place, but look at the damage output being dealt onto VYY. It's forcing him to go back to heal, and there's just nothing MLE can do about this.
Yeah,
just waiting.
Expanding a lot of the summoner spells prior to the fight is not something MLE wants to do, but they are forced to do. They have no choice. If they ever get caught, they will fall down. And look at this, TPA just taking the top route, trying to do damage onto the tower. Eye of the Storm gets placed onto the turret just to protect it for a little bit from the damage coming out from the side of TPA. TPA just shifting between the middles and the top lane, trying to just poke the towers down with the Baron buff that they have. They have that extra regeneration, so it will be quite easy for them. But as you said, the spikes coming out from Kha'Zix. Oh, and BF actually tries to go in. But look at the damage going on to him. He's probably going to use his ultimate just to get away, but he does survive.
Yes, but he's going to be forced back to here. He won't be here for the next fight because his boots is still level 1. He won't be able to just buy Homegirl boots and come back up. So this is the point where Azubu TPA needs to push in, and low VF actually is going to just charge back in. He will go down into the 4 blobs, and the cell division will be easily be taken down by the sub Azubu TPA Assassins. Not the best of things. He tried to use Let's Bounce. As soon as he's bounced the blob,
yeah, he doesn't have the tank ability that he needs. With Zac is just a menace right now.
Zac is a menace towards the old lineup of a
Zed. This thing, Zed and Zac just so.
Okay, but here we will see though actually a flashing coming out from Dinter. He will try to catch onto hit, and here we will see the boss and Toys just jump right in, but all the flashes being used and the exhaust coming out on BB. But he says spray free. He's still gonna get the kill onto Jada, pushes his limits. Oh, the tower might bring him down. Nope, with the barrier, he survives with a slither of health. And here we will see PF jump in onto Toys, but Toys, knowing that he doesn't have the ultimate anymore, is just gonna fight back after dodging the slingshot and the flash coming on about the Death Center is gonna miss his time because PF is gonna flash away, but they still take the inhibitor, and MLE just forced away on and about by the side of TV. Stanley hasn't even used his slicing Millstorm yet.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the choice because MLE is just so scattered. By the time TPA enters, they're just like, disperse, run away, get away with your lives. And slicing Maelstroms is something that works better defensively. You can try to use it with your Thunder Lightning Rush, try to get in, but it's much easier if someone's trying to rush towards you. You open Maelstrom and counter it. But the problem is that MLE is not about to do that. They know they are very behind. They're gonna play very defensive, and Stanley is gonna just wait for his time. So right now, Baby, we can see just soloing that dragon, and he'll be able to do that no problem. And now they're just gonna go back, pick up their items, and probably consolidate once again and try to push the middle lane. And this might be the final push of today, guys. It's gonna be a 15,000 gold lead on the side of TPA. Previously, they did not pick up the items just yet, but with those big big items now stacked onto TPA, the next team fight will be a slaughter.
So we will see that Jarvan almost being able to complete the Sunfire Cape, Abyssal Scepter being picked up as soon as Stanley went back to base. And for the side of Toys, we will see the addition of the Last Whispers. And now the Zeal as well as Infinity Age. Twitch is just going to be unstoppable if Zac is unable to jump onto him, as well as Chop. Not flashing in the if they all try to flash and kill BB, which is the menace, they will be chunked down instead by Toys and Stanley. So it's going to be very hard to jump onto anyone on the side of TPA because they have Stanley slicing Millstorm. Like, he can either use it defensively, offensively, or Toys actually going to charge in. Takes a lot of hits. Will he be able to flash out? Yes, he will. And with the Blade of Rune King, he will survive. But no, because he's going to jump in. He's going to burst down Toys. It is a shutdown, but Stanley is going to move right in. But the Monsoon will push him away, will not be able to secure the kill, and the Zhonya's will be his death instead. Here, we will see MLE secure 2 kills, but everyone is too low. They are forced to go back to kill. But with the home guard boots being procured, oh, little boss just dunk onto PF and Zac, and look at that, just baiting someone to move onto him. Just tanking the tower hits for BB to be able to land all the hits. And Dark Passage has expired. He moves out, and now the Flag Toss combo, he will move out and be safe.
The MLE actually won that fight, to say. It was a 1-for-2. But it's not really helping because all this time TPA is just chunking on the tower. The real objective was the tower, and it's not down just yet, but it's really, really wicked.
Yes, and look at the amount of wards being planted. There was a ward fight happening at the same time, and those are just interesting to watch. And here we will see Dinter spoil the ward with the Oracles and start the rewarding process to negate vision. And here we will see Chop go down to Baby most probably, but no, Baby was just in the vicinity. The Dark Passage will pull Baby away, and there's just Baby going man mode once again. Chop still had the ultimate up, but he couldn't react fast enough. He just brought down the 50% health, and it was better choice just to fall back first.
Yeah, we're seeing TPA actually getting a little bit too overconfident. This is sometimes the downfall of many teams. I know they're very, very ahead, but they can't keep playing very super aggressive like this. Like expanding 2 members for nothing really. That's something that you do to get out of the game, not into the game.
Here we will see though, the boss is going to charge in, going to force everyone to fall back. He's going to go into last bounce, but will not hit onto anything. Nope, he does manage to hit on the Toys and Baby at the end, but look at that, the damage come from Baby with the spray and pray, just instantly chunk him down. Toys will be brought down very low. In the end, Chalk will pick up the kill onto him, but with the Ignite as well as Living Mark of the Death Mark, we will see Toys pick up the kill.
Yeah, but the main threat, the main damage dealing on the side of Baby is still up and running, so MLE is still under constant pressure now with 2 inhibitors down. Azubu TPA just slowly but surely dismantling MLE.
And here moving on to the next story. Look at that, Bebe once again going to go all in onto Astarte. I think he hates Astarte from nowhere. He used the Blitzcrank or trash. He's just like, it's time for revenge.
Yeah, he seems to have like some sort of a grudge against Janna. He's always hitting it, always spending more than an AD carries normally does.
Yes, and using the Root King to stop her, slow her down, and try to land as many hits as possible.
Yeah, Janna must be, what's your problem, man? I'm just trying to support, I'm not really important here. And
yeah, we will see Astarte pick up the Orcus as well, but with the 2 inhibitors down, there's nothing MLE can do. They are going to try to steal this Baron. It is a 4-man Baron here. Zed is moving into the play. His toys is coming very soon, but MLE is taking a lot of time just to deward up here because they actually didn't do the deward. Actually, was spending a lot of time there. I'm not sure why. Here we will see PF try the sync shot in, but the ward does reveal the Baron has been brought down to the fallback. And look, the stun misses, so this is the time for Toys to charge right in, and Chalk will be burst down by the ultimate. And here we're going to see them move in, and this will most probably be the game. Without Chalk, with an additional stun and the burst damage come out will not be enough. But here we will see slingshot be cancelled, and here PF will be slowed, and the chunk on burst damage coming out will be enough to stop that. Dinter just stops Hit in his tracks with the death sentence, and Hit does not even fight back, and DB secure the kill over the wall. And this will be once again he flashes in for Astarte, uses Blade on the Root King and Spray and Pray, and here we will see Bebe once again Man Mode going to charge right in onto Astarte, and he might secure the kill. Yes, he will, but here Bebe is going to get hit by Lance Mount and going to hit back onto PF. The burst almost takes him down, but the Dark Passage just saves him in the nick of time, and they will secure the kill onto PF, and that is going to be I would say 4 for nothing because Syndra has just survived. And look at that, this will be the end game very quickly. The Nexus just gets burst out, and the Rat secures the game with tons of damage as well as hatred towards Astarte.
Yeah.
I would say it's towards Janna. I would say maybe it's just Astarte terrorized him with trash and Blitzcrank in the past games. Like, Astarte, need the fear of me. I'm gonna shut you down.
That's gonna be all she wrote. TPA dismantling MLE, something we maybe kind of expected, but TPA has shown that they really are a strong team. You can see the contrast right there. Not much. They win each other's lanes. Each lanes was won individually,
yes,
and during the team fights, they actually pulled it off as well. Snowballed it, classical win.
Yes. I would say that MLE did have great opportunities for the ganks coming from Zac, but Little Boss was there and everyone came into position. It was a back and forth early, but even though it seemed back and forth, it seems quite fair, but with the CS difference slowly stacking up in the favor of your opponent, it's going to be very hard to make a comeback. Like, if you don't secure kills, you can't secure CS, then it's a slow but sure snowball effect that came out from
Yeah, and we can
Azubu
actually see
TPA.
that as we enter into the score screen right now. We can see the goal differences is just so heavy. Even on the side of Trash, he has 8,000, which is more than Syndra, which is more than Graves. So just that raw goal difference on the side of Azubu TPA really just shoved it in their face.
And I have to say, Kha'Zix managed to secure a higher goal than Trash because he did get a shutdown of the toys earlier. So the extra 500 gold just give him that boost needed. Who had been stuck at 8k, and the support Azubu TPA Dinter will have more goal than almost more and similar goal opposed to the whole team of MLE. Not in terms of total goal, but just his own personal goal gained by each champion. So we can see that overall bottom lane, the fight of 2v2, better pressure, better damage coming from some Azubu TPA with their composition. Top lane, Kha'Zix went very aggressive against Stanley, but Stanley just slowly farmed back up. You could see the gang did happen onto him, but Stanley was not like you say, in deep trouble after that because he still had the CS lead. He just went back, farmed back slowly. For mid lane side though, I would have to say Zed just applied so much pressure in the mid, and when the 4-man fight at bottom, they tried to go for the kill. They just couldn't go all in onto it because they were really so close to the tower. They spot something off and it just slowly changed from all those places. So this was a great game played by both teams, in my opinion. For Azubu TPA, MLE not showing that they are a great team, but still not up to the standard of Azubu TPA Assassins overall, I have to say.
Yes, and so that will be the end of what we have for you guys today. Do remember, GPL will still be going on tomorrow at 7 p.m, I believe.
Yes, there will be 2 matches, and it's going to be, I would say, 2 very interesting matches overall. We will see AHQ go against the Singapore Sentinels, as well as AHQ go against the Taipei Assassins. So Will both teams be able to remain their 100% win streak? Definitely not, because
Someone's gonna
one
lose.
side, yes, one side is going to lose for some of SGS as well as AHQ.
And AHQ, it's a little bit harder for them because they'll be going against both SGS and TPA. So definitely, they're facing a big mountain. But if they can climb that mountain, they'll be in a great spot, not only in morale, but in terms of raw standings, they will make it. They will be undefeated.
So that's it for tonight. So hopefully you all enjoy all the games that were played as well as the commentary. Do stay tuned, not for today, but for tomorrow's games. Tomorrow morning, though, we will have still a stream for the start of the Malaysia Spring Season Finals, which will commence at 10 a.m. And hopefully there's no tie like today. We will end by 1 p.m. if not, it's going to drag on to 6 p.m. like today. Hopefully there's no three-way ties for tomorrow. I'm done and dealt with that. I think VPCommander is also scared of it happening.
Yeah, don't worry, I will not be here tomorrow. So
yes, you'll not be here.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thank you for the support. I am VPCommander, and with me is Teddy Tibers. We will catch you tomorrow at 7 p.m. for tomorrow's GPL. See you then.